Welcome to the Miracles and Wellness Podcast. My name is Clarissa Booker, and I'm a holistic coach and beauty expert. I'm here to empower and motivate you to improve your health and lose weight by adding more whole plant foods into your lifestyle. In addition, kick stress to the curb. So be open to receive, because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Hello there, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. But how are you doing today? How did you wake up? What did you say to yourself? Do you ever wake up with one of those I'm not good enough moods, right? It's not like you might say that to yourself. You might not look in the mirror and be like, I'm not good enough. Or you might more or less be super critical of yourself, or find things wrong, or cast this self-doubt like, I'm never going to lose this weight. Who do I think I am to do this, right? It's like you're kind of planting that in yourself that you're not good enough. Even though that you are, you're way more than good enough. But come on now. Everybody's done something at one point or another, because you are alive and you're a human. You've had a I'm not good enough moment somewhere. And it could come from anywhere. Like maybe something happened to you, right? And like something kind of conjures up this feeling. Or maybe you're working on something and you don't think you're doing a good enough job. Like, I need to do more, right? Instead of giving yourself that grace that you need and telling yourself that you are proud of yourself and acknowledging what you have done, like the little wins that they say. You should definitely pay attention and acknowledge how far you've come. I mean, that's motivating to do for yourself, right? Give yourself that acknowledgement that you've accomplished it. Because life is all a journey. Doesn't matter what you're doing. There's stepping stones to get wherever it is. Because then when you think about it, if you only pay attention to the result, what happens when you get there? Because you will eventually make it. So it should just be about these journeys, right? Taking one step at a time. Because one thing is going to always roll into another. You don't want to get all bent out of shape and stressed by just focusing on something. You got to give yourself that positivity, that positive feedback loop. So what are some ways you can help yourself transfer into a new mindset, right? Where you can try to get out of that whenever you find yourself in that funk, right? I mean, and there's no one way, because we have to approach everything holistically, because there's many layers of you, right? You're not just one-dimensional. You're beautiful. You're unique, right? And so there's no one thing. So it's like when you're listening to all these people and everybody says, this is right, this is right, this is right. You know what? Everybody is in their own way, because everybody has their own journey, right? And everybody has done something. They're like, this is the way this works. And they believe that, and it does work. But not to say that the next person, what they have to say doesn't work either. And what's wonderful that we have all these choices in the world, and you can incorporate multiple different modalities, right? There's so many tools out there that you can use to help you progress to that next level that you want to be at. Like, say maybe you have these core beliefs and you're super critical of yourself. Mindfulness will be absolutely amazing to help you out with that, for example. So it'll help you stop being judgmental of yourself and more aware of what you're thinking and you're feeling, right? And just having this practice, it'll bring you back into the moment. And it's something that will take consistency, just like everything else in life, right? Your workout, moving your body, is going to need consistency. You eating your plant-based foods, right, is going to take consistency. Nothing is a one-time fix-it. Doesn't matter what it is, all right? And you know that. So along with that, the meditation and the mindfulness. And there's different forms of mindfulness, just like when we talk about the yoga and different forms of movement. All of these things can count and can help you, because a lot of stuff gets caught in our body, right? Our traumas get caught in our body. I know sometimes depending on what I'm feeling or what I'm thinking, I do different things. I just try to listen to my body. Sometimes I need to do yoga. Sometimes I need to go run, right? Sometimes I'm just like, let's go dance, okay? And sometimes I just need that stillness, that meditation. They all are amazing and they all work. This is why I like to talk about all of them, right? there's just many ways to do things, right? So just taking the time to listen to your body. Sometimes it might seem easier to say that, but just try not to second guess yourself, but instead approach it with curiosity and compassion, right? Instead of being judgmental, just trust yourself. Allow yourself that. Try to give yourself permission to trust yourself. There's no right or wrong answer to anything. You know you better, right? Even if somebody along the way told you that you don't, you do, all right? Scratch that if somebody did. So if you're telling yourself, I can't do this program, if you find yourself thinking about food and you're like, why am I doing this? I just ate, I just ate 20 minutes ago. Just allow yourself to have that thought, right? And don't judge yourself. So when you sit there and pause and allow yourself that time, it can help you disengage from any automatic reaction that you might have, right? To any stress or any triggers, right? So you don't go and grab the item that you're thinking about, right? So maybe you're just like, I want to eat a cake, just having that moment, right? Because maybe over the years, you learn to cope by eating. It can be eating for one person and something else for another, right? And honestly, does it even last when that happens? No, because the thoughts are still going to be there the next day. So let's say you had a binge, or whether that's binge on food, alcohol, or something else, right? And you get up the next day, it's not like anything has changed. It's still going to be there, right? It's just avoiding it for the short term, right? You're trying to control whatever's going on, and it's not really doing anything because it hasn't been addressed. So it's still there, just manifesting underneath. This isn't to make you feel any kind of way about yourself. So this is not to make you judge yourself either, right? Just so you can be aware of what's happening so that you can be more mindful of be like, okay, wait, I see that. And you just check yourself. We all got to check ourselves. I check myself. Do you check yourself? We all should need to do that. All right. And then sometimes it might not even be a thought. You might just see something. There might be something that you just really enjoy. So you just love that chocolate cake. And you just see it and you be like, oh, I cannot help myself. I just have to have that piece of cake. And you just reach for it, right? You just be like, oh, it's so unconscious. I can't help myself. Wait, you got this. Just take a moment. Just give yourself some space, okay? Just work through that. Why am I reaching for this? How's this going to make me feel? You could just ask yourself a couple of questions before you do that. And if you decide to take it, acknowledge what you're doing, all right? And do it without guilt, right? But allowing yourself to be present in that moment and not just doing it aimlessly, mindlessly, right? And this is one way your breath is amazing and it will help you, right? So when you're giving yourself that space, just take a nice breath. And that can help you come back to the present moment where you're not just doing things out of emotion. Okay, I'm back here. I'm in this present moment. I don't actually need to have this piece of chocolate cake, right? I don't need this right now. And then maybe instead of that, if you caught yourself in maybe you're feeling mad or just kind of sad or bored or lonely or just any of the numerous emotions there are, just being like, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to go meditate. I'm just going to go meditate and I'm going to bring awareness to these emotions that I'm feeling. Why am I feeling them? What's going on? What triggered me to feel this way, right? And just be like, just let it come. Allow whatever it is that you can handle in this moment. And if it's only 5 minutes, that's wonderful. If it's 10 or 15, that's wonderful too. Journal it out. Get it all out on paper, right? Give yourself that space. You owe it to yourself. And you deserve it, right? You have that power within you. You don't need to push it away. You don't need to numb the feelings. It might seem like that's the easiest thing to do in the moment. But as we said, they don't go away. They're still there. So then what are you going to do? Keep numbing it over and over? You deserve so much more than that. Over the next few days when you're feeling a bout of emotions, just pause and ask yourself, am I really hungry? Am I tired? What's going on right now? Take a moment, pray, talk to God, meditate, journal. Let's bring awareness inward today. I hope you receive whatever it was that you were supposed to receive from this message today. So what I would love for you to do is write a written review and also share this episode. All right, until next time.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for coming by. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your favorite platform, and also don't forget to leave a written review, as well as share this episode. That's how we spread the message.